step amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you step amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you step amaze me? If I find my way home, yeah.
This is the move for those who.
What we do here is go back.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
What's going on, everybody? Before we get into the intro, I do need to say one thing. Andrew, shush. Number one, straight out of the gate. Anyway, welcome guys. I am Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha. You're watching the Child of Mecha live stream, so thanks for tuning in. We're going to get some stuff done today. We're going to look at a book that I have to sell. Transparency. We told you about this last Friday. Just trying to clear out some stock that I had from way back when I had a Diamond Select account. It's just been basically collecting dust since about 2004. So, like 14 years. And these things are still brand new, guys. I need you to understand that. So, these are pretty cool items. So, I've got 3 of them posted up right now on the Mecha store. They're under clearance. I think they're very reasonably priced. So there will be a ton more going up. It just basically been a pain in the butt actually getting the whole thing started up and everything. So it is what it is. But 3 things are up there. We'll take a look at one of them tonight in just a few minutes. But before we do that, let's get some things out of the way first. So I build giant robots. Man, this is the old school classic retro look. Man, I love this design, you guys. And if you like it, you can get one too at the Mecha store. Hit up www.childamecha.com. Go to the store. You'll find t-shirts, you'll find hats, you'll find bags. You'll find the clearance stuff that we're gonna talk about. So, it's good stuff. Booyah! Win this model. This one right here. You can win this very one. I will send this to you. I will send that model to you if you win. If you are the lucky donor in the Gunpla Talk fundraiser / giveaway. We're raising money for the National Alopecia Areata Foundation, and it's just a really good cause. So there we go. So 1 person will win that. 6 more will win the little resin bust from our good friend Win, Mr. Paint Pusher over there on Facebook. And then 3 more are going to win some really cool kits from our good friend Thurno, from Thurno Hobbies and Games on Facebook. And then as soon as Burkana gets his ass into gear, just messing with you, B, you can win some of the stuff that he's sending too. I know he's sending a Polypod ball, some BMC chisels, some other goodies and stuff. And I kid Burkana, but hit him up. Hit Burkana Tier on Facebook. Ace Schultz over here on good old YouTubes, and you can find him on It's a Gundam Sales on Facebook. So donate, and if you can't donate, share the link with somebody. Share it with a group. Share it wherever. Anyway, all the tools and stuff that you'll see us working with tonight can be found on the Amazon link just below or over here on Facebook. There's a bunch of tools in there that I've already sourced out for you, so you don't have to go searching and all that. All really, really good stuff. Most of it's on Prime, so go ahead and take a look at all that stuff. SCGMC is coming up in look at that, 30 days from now, you guys, 1 month. Look at that, November 10th. Today's October 10th, so that's 30 days from now. I can do math. We're going to be having a little scratch building demo, an hour-long scratch building demo for everyone in attendance. We'll try to get that streamed as well for you guys. Obviously, it's a little shorter, on the shorter side. Not a big deal, but there's a ton of good demos that day. For those of you in attendance, it's an awesome competition, a gathering of modelers. Freddie Torres just corrected me, 31 days. Maybe I can't do maths. Whatever. Anyway, it's on November 10th. It's going to be a good time. Hundreds of different models. There's going to be vendors. There's going to be raffles. There's going to be all sorts of stuff, right? So, yeah, it's going to be a really, really good and fun time. Come on out if you are in the area. Come on out even if you're not in the area. I live on the other side of the country and I'm going to be there, so what's your excuse? Come on. Anywho, let's take a look at the book. Boop. Here we go. This is an art book called Characters of Gundam. This is by a gentleman named Hiroyuki Kitazume. I believe that's how we pronounce it. I don't know. But this is a really, really cool book because this includes artwork for Mobile Suit Gundam, Zeta, Double Zeta, Char's Counterattack, and some kind of other miscellaneous things here too, which is really, really, this is a cool book. This is actually my personal copy, so it does not have the lower slip band here, the red slip band, but if you look at it on the website on the Child of Mecha store, you will see what you are going to get if you order this book. Reasonably priced at $30. This book, like I said, was printed on and around the 2004 timeline. This is probably way out of print, and you know, you can find some used books on eBay, but what I'm selling is brand new. It still has the little Japanese slip dealy thing that always comes in books, and it has an insert card and stuff like that in there too, and those are in the pictures. That's the type of book that you're going to get. So you know, no creased you know, spines or anything like that. Brand spanking new, like it was printed yesterday, you guys, because honestly, it's just been sitting in a bin for, like I said, about 13, 14 years at this point, collecting dust. So we need to move these off to a better home where someone can truly appreciate them much more than I can. But like I said, this is my own personal copy. There are 6 copies available at this time, at the time that I posted them a little bit ago. So let's go through this, shall we? Racy. Wow. All right. Cool shot of Char, everybody's favorite new type and everything. So you can kind of see, you know, the type of artwork that you can come to expect in this book. A lot of really cool stuff, and some really cool like watercolors, you know, and some different cell shaded types of things. And from all over the place, you know, obviously, you know, you got some Zeta images here. So really cool. Nice panoramic of the Zeta group. Camille is a girl's name, by the way. Just letting you guys know. Cool images in here. And a lot of these are just really super kind of classic images that probably a lot of us have already seen, kind of in passing here and there. But obviously, you know, you've got some really great, you know, very clear artwork. This is kind of cool, a little kind of chibi, super deformed or whatever type of image there. Pretty neat. And paper dolls. There you go. Andrew, these are for you. Cool watercolors again. Just all sorts of really cool stuff. Andrew, this one's for you. There you go. What? I know Andrew likes that. So, you know, you gotta let Andrew have his fun, right? Shush, Andrew. Nice Baowu image right there. That's cool. So, like I said, guys, very little text in this book at all. All images, super great artwork, and man, it's a great book to have. You know, good references and stuff in here too. This is like one of my favorites right here. This is a nice kind of I don't think that's watercolor. It might be, or at least the main subjects are watercolor. I don't know. I don't think the background is watercolor, but man, just super nice. Look at that. And you've got a little background and stuff back in the back, but it's obviously it's all in Japanese and everything. So, 104 pages in this book. So it retailed for 2,800 yen originally, back in 2004, but obviously this is a brand new copy and it is out of print, so yes, $30 is your price. That's what it's going to be. Now, in terms of shipping, we're going flat rate again, just like all of the Child of Mecha gear. So in the US, books are $5 flat rate shipping. Any other books are going to be $3 additional dollars. For Canada, you're looking at what? $8 and then another $4 for additional groups, and then every place else around the world, $10 flat rate up front, $5 additional for every other book. You gotta, I have to add on for additional books because these things are super heavy, you guys. And with the amount of magazines and stuff that I have to move later, trust me, you guys will probably make out. I'll probably get bent over on shipping, honestly. But like I said, I want to get these out of my house. I want to get these to a good home. So why don't you go pick it up? Only 6 copies. Only 6 right now. So if you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence at all, got to pull the trigger. Got to pull the trigger quick before somebody else snipes you. So there we go. Anywho, let's say hi to everyone. Look at that. I see Mr. Wynn's watching over there on Facebook. What's going on, brother? Let's get back here. Lots of chat on YouTube tonight, guys. I like what I'm seeing so far. Keep it up. Keep it up. Let's see who's with us. A. Schultz, RF, Aurora, J. Lynch. What's going on? GizmoCon Gunpla, Jonathan is with us. Awesome. Andrew Young, as always. Julius Dembski is with us. Let's see. Bailey, as always, as well. Who else? Who else? Dean is with us as too. Good seeing you, Dean. Bailey says, "Oh man, a Cowboy Bebop art book. You're killing me, Tim." And obviously we haven't shown that as of yet, but yeah, the Cowboy Bebop, there's only 2 of those, and that's a good one. That's a pretty big book. It's much bigger in size, dimensions than this, Characters of Gundam art book, and I think it's like 144, 145 pages, something like that. Great artwork. Great artwork. Like I said, all of the slip covers, the outer slip cover, the lower slip cover, the little Japanese tag and everything, even like a insert postcard comes with both of those books. And, we'll take a look at that on Friday if they're still available. I don't know. But those are, yeah, $35 a piece. Again, that's a good price, especially for brand new out of print. Those things, I haven't even cracked them open, to be honest with you. So yeah, trust me, I'm not messing around with the prices, you guys. So let's see who else is with us here. Let's see. Freddie Torres, he corrected me on the math. That's fine, no big deal. Gamer Bud is with us. Cool. Steve Middendorf, welcome back, Steve. You guys are talking up a bunch. I am not reading through all this chat. Nope. Elliot is with us. Welcome back, Elliot. Good to see you, buddy. Oh my God, you guys are going crazy. Yeah, thank you, Ace. Yeah, Andrew needs to go cool off in a shower. He's getting stalkerish over here for me. Maverick176 Mikkel is with us. What's going on, Mikkel? Good seeing you, brother. Astrea Kai is with us. Very cool. Very awesome. Come on. What happened? There we go. All right. So, let's see. Character design for Cowboy Bebop. Why we like 0083 and 8th MS so much. It's true. It's true. Julius Dembski, well, I was seriously thinking about going to SCGMC, but the car is in the shop. It may need a computer. Yeah, when the brain goes up in the car, that ain't a good sign. When I'm on says, hey, buddy, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Andrew Young, Tim got me like Bandai got Deban 24/7. Yeah, watch it. All right, to camera. Let's go. All right, so last we met, we had this little doohickey thingy here that we were working on, this little kind of scratch built inner frame for this this dealie here, right? Very cool thing. Got, you know, some magnets. These are not the ones that I just ordered. Those actually are coming tomorrow, thankfully. But oh, boom! Look at that. Look at that. That's between 2 millimeters of plastic, you guys. So that's not bad, right? That's not bad at all. Get that in focus. Look at that. So it's going through 1 millimeter of the styrene sheet, right? And then it's also going through another millimeter of the cover here. And luckily, look at that. It fits, look at that. That disc fits perfectly in that pre-molded little slot there. It's like Bandai wanted you to use magnets there. I don't know. So it's awesome, and it fits perfect. It's a little tall, just a bit. It's probably about, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 millimeter too tall, maybe. So what we can do is we can just basically take a 3 millimeter chisel, just scrape a little bit out of there, drop that height down of this little gap here, and then that hopefully should sit flush. Watch this, boom. Look at that. Do you guys see that? Let's do that one more time for you guys. Oh, there's that little guy, right? Watch. Oh! I can never get tired of that. Look, watch him. Oh, there he goes. So, anyway, I digress. Fun with magnets. So, we're going to be doing a little bit of that tonight. Let's get started. And we're going to start off with, where's that big old 3 millimeter honkin' chisel? Look at that. 3 millimeters. You guys don't even know. Look at that beast. That's insane. You could kill someone with this. Like, seriously, you can maim somebody. Like shiv. Like, I could stab Andrew with this like 100 times. He wouldn't even know. Alright, so we have fun with Andrew, guys. If you guys are watching for the first time, or if you're not familiar with Andrew, we have fun. We have fun. It's all, we're all just joking. Until we're not. Alright. Oh, look at that. Mr. B. Plamo is with us. What's going on, Barack? Welcome back. Man, you guys, Barack is killing it over there with his Zaku and everything. Reporting for duty, sir. Nice. I love it. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back. All right, so let's get busy. Let's get, we're just gonna go aggressive with this thing. And we're just gonna scrape some of this plastic down here. And this doesn't have to be clean. It doesn't have to be neat. It doesn't have to be tidy. It just has to get done, right? So we're just going super random, pretty aggressive. And we'll check the height here in a few moments. So we're just basically trying to clear down some space and make some headroom for this magnet. Like I said before, it's about a 1/4 millimeter too tall to fit perfectly flush in this thing, which bumps up the panel, the side panel, just a bit, just a little bit. So we want to get that cleared off. Let's get this flashing just scraped off here so it's not in the way. Okay. Let's do a little bit more here on this side. All right, so let's give that a shot. Let's see where we are. Let's get a magnet back out here. Okay, and these are big old N52 neodymium magnets. These are the monsters. These things hold some weight. All right. Try to clear this flash off just a tiny bit there before we put the cover back on. All right, so we've got that done. Let's see how this is. So it's a little bit better. It's not perfect just yet. And we need the back on to properly align the thing here. All right. So that's better, but it's not sitting flush just yet. Look at this. Watch. Oh. Ooh. Magic, right? Opposite polarity. But you reverse it. You reverse polarity. Boom! God, it never gets old. Just a big old, just sciencey kid, you guys. I don't know why. I just love playing around with magnets and stuff. Anyway, let's get these pieces pulled off here. Let's get a little bit more of this material cleared out here. Let's go in the opposite direction. Okay. You know what? Let's try something here. Oh, look at that. That's just too wide. Just a bit too wide. Damn it. Not to fear. Not to fear. Old school X-Acto chisel blade, right? So let's. Oh, and that fits nice. Let's try and see if that works. Doesn't work great. Not as good as the BMC, I'd say, but this does smooth things out a lot better. You have to apply a little bit more pressure than I would have preferred, but it's not too bad. And if worse comes to worse, you can just kind of come back in here and just kind of run that real quickly over the surface, and that's going to smooth everything out and make everything nice and even. Okay, let's see what that looks like now. A little bit more material moved out of there. Ooh, that looks like it's sitting flush, you guys. Because look. Oh, you can't hardly see that now. Boom. All right, let's put this back on here. Let's move this up to the front a little bit. You hear that? That means it's moving around in there. That means it's not stuck between the two panels. That means it's sitting flush. That's a good sound, you guys. When it does that, that's exactly what we need. That's exactly what we need. All right. So we got the cover on here now. Let's, ooh, boom. So much fun. All right, so yeah, so now you can see, or maybe not, I don't know. Let's get super zoomed in and let's see the gap that we had there. All right, so this side is the stock gap, right? Pretty consistent all the way down. Very, very minimal gap. This here has the magnet underneath. Very nice. Exactly the same. Pretty good. Pretty good. I think we got a winner. Think so. I think so. Rock and wrong. Hey, Kerry Yet, what's going on, buddy? He's over there watching on Facebook. He says, long time no see. I know, right? No. Kira, are you like a new type yet? Did you graduate all of your different curriculums and everything? Whoa. Because if you guys remember, Kira is studying to be like a super genius, like a mad scientist. He's like going for like space engineering and computer science and all that good stuff. Boom. All right, here, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. Watch, watch, watch. Whoa! So much fun. So much fun. So much fun I can't contain myself. Anyway. All right, so what we need to do is we need to now be able to kind of locate where we need this magnet on here, right? So let's put the cover back on here. All right, so this cover comes in 4 millimeters from the very back edge, right? 4 millimeters. So if we measure in from there, 4 millimeters, that's where the outer edge is going to be. We need that magnet in probably another 2 millimeters inside of that, probably even 3 millimeters inside of that dimension there, right? So let's go and let's do some marking here. We're going to do that just with a hobby knife on one of these little slats here, I guess, right? All right, so this here is our back edge. We're going to need to go in 4 millimeters. That's going to be the edge of our backpack scratch built thingy, right? Ah, come on, T square. Get up in there. So right there. That's going to be our absolute border, our absolute edge right here for the scratch built piece. So now we got to come in, I'm saying probably 3 millimeters beyond that, just for just for clearance, because I don't want the magnet being underneath of the bevel that we're going to make, and that's something we're going to do later. I'll show you that. So let's see. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 right here. that is basically where we need the edge of the magnet to be, right? So right about there, we need that to be in just enough to clear the corner of this piece here, right? Let's see if that works. Let's tack this down just a hair. Okay, got some of our good old Loctite in there. That's going to hold that magnet in place, at least temporarily. We don't got a lot on there. We just have maybe a little bit of a drop, right? Alright, so that's going to hold that in there. Let's see if we make clearance properly here. If this piece goes on solidly, ooh, and it does. And that piece still actuates there. Nice. Okay, so let's put our scratch-built piece on here. Let's have some more fun with magnets. Ooh. Boom, look at that. That is located exactly where we need it to be. That's roughly 2 millimeters in, I'd say. Ah, come on. Don't do that. Yeah, 2 millimeters in. That's perfect. See, but it wants to grab the damn steel ruler. All right. Yeah, 2 millimeters in. That's perfect. Facebook, come on, stop it. See, but it wants to. Damn it, Facebook. Is it still live? Yeah, it's still live. Good. Whew. I don't know why Facebook is doing that, you guys. I don't know. Anyway, so now, since this is going to be the inner frame, we're going to drill a hole out on this surface here, and we're just going to flush mount the magnet into this piece. And hopefully that gives us enough clearance for the bevel that we're going to be making here momentarily as well. All right, so that looks pretty good. All right, so let's get these pieces pulled off. Let's get a little bit more super glue in on this subject, and let's get this thing really set in permanently here. Okay, there we go. Now, wipe that super glue off the surface there. Last thing we need is super glue residue on the surface of the magnet. That would be no bueno. Ah. Alright, I'm going to regret this. No, it's not too bad. Okay. Cool. All right, so we're going to let that sit for a few minutes. Let's see. What are you guys talking about? Because I know you guys are just going crazy. Hey, look at that. Ken is over there on Facebook. For those of you that don't know Ken, he is Kensuke. I think that's how you pronounce it, right, Ken? I don't know. Mr. Coast Guard himself, living it up in Hawaii. He made it over to, I think he's in Japan, or at least was in Japan, and he took a picture in front of the big old unicorn Gundam with his Anaheim Electronics shirt that he got from me, which was really, really super cool to see. And he sent me a picture of it and everything. It was awesome. And he posted it on his Instagram. So if you don't follow Ken, man, follow Ken. Can't hear you. That's weird. Turn up your volume. Odd. You guys hear me on YouTube, right? Everybody? Hopefully? I don't see any, I don't see anybody saying anything about it. I don't know. Anyway, you guys are just talking. Don't even pay attention to me, that's cool. Just, you know, you guys do your thing. Nice. Alright, loud and clear. Okay, awesome. Sweet, thank you guys. See, now we're getting some feedback. Cool. So Ken, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Everybody's good on YouTube, so Facebook is fine. Yeah, so it might just be Ken. So flip the thingy on your phone, Ken. The little flip it. I don't know. Hit the volume. Anyway, it's all good. But yeah, so check out Ken on Instagram. Really good modeler. Good dude. So, awesome stuff. Rock and roll. 01 Shield I see is over there. Now Ken's on YouTube. There he is. Sweet. Look at Ken. He's the man, you guys. Cool. Alright, so let's get back. Barack, really? He says, I can hear Tim's sexy voice. Get out of here, man. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my. Alright, let's see. What do we got going on here? What's going on here? You guys are talking up a bunch tonight. I love seeing that. Love it. Love it. Love it. RF Aurora says, I'm finishing painting the old 1/100 high-grade Akatsuki before painting the GM3. I just need to get the magnets glued in the shoulders and missile pods in back. Magnets are too much fun, you guys. I don't know. Let's see. Andrew Young, I figured out how to make a big enough notch lip thing on my double zeta for scribing. I don't know what that means, Andrew. I don't know what that means. Anyway. Barack, our friend Mr. B. Plamo. Tim is having quite amount of fun with the magnets. By the way, Mrs. B sends regards to everybody here. Aw, you guys. Give our best to Iris, buddy. Give our best to Iris. She's awesome. Let's see. RF Aurora, I wish I could get my internet to work in the garage so I could go back to work on the Akatsuki and not miss this. I know, right? Let's go. Chop, chop. Get it working. Get it working. Let's see. Bailey, yeah, I've heard the AK Extreme Metals are good. I have not messed around with AK stuff too much. I just don't have enough access to them, I think. Let's see. Bailey says, for me, the bad blood between AK and MiG turns me off from AK products. Yeah, it's definitely a toxic relationship. But it is what it is. Oh my God, you guys. All right, we got to talk about this. Win over there on Facebook just like blew my mind with like old school nostalgia, right? All right, so he says, magnets are awesome. My favorite toy used to be those Starcom toys from the 80s. Feel so old. See, this is why Win and I get along. We're just like right here, simpatico, because I freaking loved Starcom back in the day. I even got the whole series on DVD out in the other room. It was super cool because like you know, the ships were super futuristic, and they had magnets, and the things like, you know, were motorized, and, you know, just, it was super cool back in the day. And this TV series was awesome too. So I love seeing that. I love seeing that. Thank you, Win. Thank you, buddy. That's awesome. That is so cool. That is so cool. Let's see. Yeah. 01 Shield. Everyone needs Wi-Fi range extenders. You're damn right. Damn right. Let's see. Nice. Nice. Oh, and of course Andrew sends a photo now. Come on, man. Brock says, which series? It's called Starcom, right? It was an old 80s TV show here in the States, and it was a toy line too, and they're highly collectible now on kind of the collector's market, right? And the cool thing was they were like little 3-inch action figures, and, you know, maybe 5 points of articulation, but they had magnets on the bottom of their feet, right? And you could, you know, obviously stick them on the, you know, the fridge and other metal surfaces and all that. But the vehicles and ships and all that had little, you know, magnetized mounting points throughout the thing, and I'm gonna get back to Wynn's comment here for just a second. But they had different magnetized mounting points and stuff like that, right? And like the one awesome main, you know, kind of like good guy ship was this super sleek, super pointy, kind of triangular folding wing spaceship that was just awesome. And it had like a tank kind of thing on the top of it that, you know, articulated and everything. But then in the back, it had this motorized cargo bay that you hit a button and it just, you know, slowly deployed the cargo bay and everything. And it had ramps that would fold down and all that stuff. It was so cool back in the day when I was a kid. You know, just guys, if you are not familiar with Starcom, go on YouTube. There's a guy I follow, Toy Galaxy, on YouTube, and he does all these crazy like toy collectible and history of toys and stuff like that. And I get lost for hours watching his stuff, right? But he did a history of Starcom. And it's like, you know, 10, 15 minutes. It's nothing crazy long, but it was so cool because the whole toy line was sponsored by NASA. So you could get like all sorts of cool like NASA gear because, you know, they had little catalog insert, you know, little foldy things that, you know, basically folded to this small, but you know, unfolded it and it was just awesome, right? So, yeah, Furubaoi, there you go. Yeah, Toy Galaxy is good for info. Yeah, love that channel. But Win over there, he says, oh, yeah, talk more Starcom to me, you dirty bitch. That's awesome. First thing to go was always the visors. Yeah. Those 3-inch little figures, they had this little clear plastic fold-down visor, and those always got lost because those were just kind of fit, you know, kind of like little nubby pressure things on the side, and they was just like gone. But yeah, so blast from the past. Win, thank you for that, man. That wee bit of nostalgia is awesome. So very cool, very cool. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Ken is in Tokyo area now, checking out Kyoto on 10/14. Awesome, dude. Ikebukuro Yamada, 7th floor is an entire floor of Gundam. Nice. Dude, Ken, check out, what is it? God, Anime Circus. It's right outside of Akihabara Station. It's that big red building, and the top floor is the Volks store. Dude, best place in Japan for tools. So good. It's just so good. Download Zach's Mecha shopping guide for Tokyo. It is very, very useful. I used his videos when I went there in 2016, and man, those were like just like a godsend. So, Volks, best store for tools, supplies, decals, all that stuff. And if you want to get kits on the cheap, like new kits, check out a Tam Tam Hobby. They tend to have the best prices from every place in Tokyo. And I'm talking, like, compared to shit, pretty much everywhere. I got the Bawu. The Bawu just came out. The RE Bawu just came out at the time. And I think I got it for like 2,800 yen when it was retailing over there at the time for like 3,600 yen. So yeah, dude, check out a Tam Tam Hobby. It's worth the walk. They're a little bit outside of the main little center there in Akihabara, but yeah, those kits are better priced than any place else. They don't have the selection. Not gonna lie, they don't have the selection as like Yodobashi or some destination place like that. But a Tam Tam Hobby will definitely get you the best prices, hands down. So, but check out Volks. I dropped a few bills in that store easy in 2016, easy. So yeah, good stuff. RF Aurora, I'm gonna die from all of the stair climbing in Tokyo. Yeah. Volks, the Volks store, fun fact, is on the 9th floor of that building. It's the very top. And yeah, it wasn't fun. That wasn't fun. What are you gonna do though? Mr. B, I'll do my research of Starcom US Space Force. Yeah, that's exactly the one. So good, man. And if you can catch some of the episodes on YouTube, they're so fun. They're so campy, but it's classic 80s cartoonery. Loved that back in the day. Absolutely loved it. Steve Mindorf says, my thing was Transformers and Thundercats. Yeah, definitely, man. Transformers, Thunder... Okay, so let's break this down real quick. So, Starcom we talked about, Transformers, Thundercats, G.I. Joe, Mask, what am I missing? Silverhawks. Come on. If you guys don't know Silverhawks, you're not a kid of the 80s. You don't know good cartoons from back in the day. Cops, COPS. That was a good one. Dino Saucers. Come on. Those were all good. Those were all amazing. And this is the cool thing. That dude that runs Toy Galaxy, the channel on YouTube, has a history of all of those, which is just super entertaining. And dude is funny. He's got like this super dry, kind of crass sense of humor. And I was hooked the first time I saw one of his history ofs and everything. Super awesome. Furubeo, yes, the Cops theme is awesome. Rashiga, Saber Rider. Dude, we never had that here in the US, so I'm not sure, but it sounds cool. RF Aurora, Mask never got broadcast in your area, those bastards. I'm sorry. Such a good toy line too, because the things changed and all that. Oh, so good. Especially the truck, the big tractor trailer, that brown thing. I had that, and man, that was so much fun. What else? Sky Raiders. The guys that would, fly around on the lines in the mountains and everything. Centaurians. Power Extreme, right? Those were super cool. Loved Centaurians, because those figures were like massive. Those were like 6-7 inch figures compared to your like 3.5 4 inch figures like most of the other ones. Bingo, yes, Mr. B Plamo, Visionaries. That's a good one. See, he knows what I'm talking about. Nice. The animation in the intro is great to cops too. Yes, I agree, Fudabayoe. Absolutely agree. Jay Lynch, I saw all of those right in the nostalgia. Yes, man. Ronin Warriors was another one. Oh, okay. This is a deep cut, you guys. And Barack, Mr. B, is bringing it with this. Bionic 6. That one's like, that's a deep cut. That's super left field, by the way, right? Not everybody remembers Bionic 6. That was like, here in the States, you get up on Saturday morning like at 6 a.m. and watch it, right? Wasn't like a normal rotational time of day, like your say 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. block, right? Those were your prime time style times for kids back in the days. So yeah, Bionic 6. That's a deep cut. Astrea Kai, Ronin Warriors. That was a good one too. That was another deep cut, man. That's another one. Oh, yeah, Steve, thank you. Steve Middendorf. He says Voltron or even Inhumanoids. Yeah. What was the one? Jace and... oh, God, Jace and the Wheeled Warriors. Oh, those were so cool, man. SWAT Cats. You know what? I never kind of got into SWAT Cats because that was a little after, kind of my 80s kid moment, right? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those were fun. Man. Such nostalgia. Such good times. What happened to those amazing cartoons, right? Kids today don't have those cartoons. They just don't. And that's a shame. It's a damn shame. Astrea Kai. I never got... he says Johnny Quest. And you know what? I never got into Johnny Quest. For those of you that don't know, Johnny Quest was originally a cartoon back in the 60s and 70s. But it was kind of like your sort of, I guess, adventure mystery type of show, and I just never got into it, because it wasn't. It just never. It never resonated for me. That's just me. Win over on Facebook. He says, anyone remember Exo Squad? Yes, I do. Talk about a deep cut. That was a deep cut. Whew. Yes. Dean says, Tim, this is the first time I had not broken a kit. Good job, buddy. Let's see. RF Aurora says, Boomerang doesn't show half the good shows anymore. Right? RF Aurora was, he says, Dino Riders. Dino Riders? I don't remember that one. Wait a minute. Was that the one where they had they went back in time and then they put armor, technological armor on dinosaurs and they just kind of rode them around and everything? I think that's the one. Yeah. Wow, Steve Middendorf, he says, I still have my Inhumanoids VHS tapes. What? That's awesome. When I'm over there on Facebook, says the toys are awesome. Dude, all the toys back in the day are awesome, man. All of them. Love that stuff. Barack says, kids these days have SpongeBob, Teletubbies. So sad. Yeah, man, I feel bad for him, dude. I feel bad for him. Like my daughter, she watches YouTube, right? She'll watch these people on YouTube playing games, right? She's into this game called Roblox. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it's kind of like this all-encompassing, many-faceted thing, which encompasses all sorts of games, right? She just loves that, and she loves, for some reason, watching other people play it. I don't get it. There's so much good stuff on TV. Brave Star, Jay Lynch, good one. I remember Brave Star. Yeah. Captain Power. How many of you guys know Captain Power? That was here in the U.S. and that was the first kind of kids show to do some sort of interactive technology. So basically you would buy these these kind of like laser guns and stuff like that in the store, right? You would bring them home and you would interact with the show, right? So every like maybe once or twice during the show, they would pop up, these enemies, and they would be flashing lights, and they would these little laser guns would interact with that, right? And you'd have to shoot them and all. And yeah, it was a stupid show, but the technology was cool. The technology was really cool. Let's see. Mikkel says, same thing with my daughter with Roblox. See? All right, so I don't feel alone. Cool. R4, Captain Power was another that didn't get shown in my area. And that's cool because it wasn't really good anyways. I just like the technology. It was really, really cool. If you go to that Toy Galaxy dude, his channel, he does a history of Captain Power, and it's super entertaining and really informative. Just the stuff they had to go through with that is insane, right? So super fun. Jay Lynch, never understood what it was about they were showing in the local TV, right? Yeah, it is what it is. Somebody said before, who said, yeah, GamerBud, Captain N. You guys remember Captain N, right? Back in the classic days of the Nintendo Entertainment System, like the NES, the old school Nintendo. Had just, just a normal dude transformed to Nintendo Land, and they had Mega Man on there, and they had the dude from Castlevania, and they had Princess Zelda and all that. Yeah, that was a fun show. That was a fun show. And Win over there on Facebook, he says, LOL, I'm really sorry, buddy. I sort of sent your show off on a random tangent into nostalgia. It's okay, man. It's okay. We sometimes take tangents, and these are fun, right? Because, man, we're all kids back in the day, so this is fun for us. Don't apologize, brother. Astria Kai, Zoids. Yeah, I remember Zoids weren't around, at least in my area, back in the 80s, like early 90s time. But then they came out about a similar time to when Gundam Wing premiered on Cartoon Network. Probably about 2000, 2001, maybe 99. So, yeah, sometime around there. Jay Lynch, Defenders of the Earth. Oh, that was the one. That was a weird one, Defenders of the Earth, if I remember correctly, because it had like the Phantom, and oh god, some of the other ones, like it had a magician and some sci-fi dude, and yeah, I couldn't get into that one either. Couldn't get into that one. Dean says, "What are you guys talking about?" Nostalgia, man, nostalgia. So yeah, we're all, we're just talking nostalgia from the, cartoons of the 80s and 90s, just reminiscing on how good they were and how good the toys were. He-Man, holy shit, how could I forget about He-Man? Like, that was one of the best. He-Man, yes. Ugh, how could I forget that? How could you guys forget that? Come on. He-Man was great. Great. There's an awesome documentary on Netflix about the whole kind of inception and production of He-Man, like the figures and the artwork and the cartoon and everything. It was just so much fun to watch. So go check that out on Netflix if you have it. Yes, RF Aurora, by the power of Grayskull. I have the power. Yeah, I love that, man. Battle Cat, man, that was my boy back in the day. Loved all that. You mean She-Man, LMAO. Nice. You're funny. You're funny, Mikkel. He says, well, if you're talking He-Man, this is from Bailey, then Birdman. What was Birdman? I don't know that one. GamerBud says, I watched that documentary about He-Man. That show was my childhood. I had all the toys. Yeah, dude, I had all that stuff too. Yes, The Toys That Made Us. That's another good series on there. But they had actually a standalone one for Masters of the Universe, which was really, really cool. So nice. Before he went to law school. Oh, Birdman. Yeah. Okay. Now I got you. Now I got you. Now I got you. Fun times. Birdman was a '70s cartoon. Nice. Yeah, I never got into those. Never got into those. And then you had your weird like Hanna-Barbera blocks on like the USA channel here in the States. Like that showed like the old schools, right? The old school cartoons. And those were kind of cool. You had like Thundar and stuff like that. Those were fun back in the day. Rambo cartoon show. Wow. Yeah, I remember that too. That was kind of like, eh. That and Chuck Norris, right? And then they had Mr. T. Mr. T had a cartoon, and then there was the one where the kid actually turned into like a car. Like what? Anyway, all right. Super fun to reminisce. But we got to get back to work, you guys, because it's already 11 o'clock. We're already an hour into this thing, and we just basically laid down a magnet, and we've been talking nostalgia ever since. Don't get me wrong, super fun, but let's get some work. Speed Racer, yes, that was another good one. All right, boom. All right, so this bad boy here is pretty much locked in place. We're just going to kind of scrape off this dried super glue, and it actually helps that the magnet is pulling the blade down onto itself, because you get this nice super clean finish on it, which is nice. All right, so let's get this back on here. Okay, so that's where we need to be. All right, so we're just going to scuff up this inside here. This is not going to be, this inside's not going to be seen, so it doesn't have to be like super clean or anything like that, right? This just needs to, I need to be able to draw on it, because we need to locate this magnet on this side, because like I said, we need to drill a hole through this thing so that the magnet can sit flush down into this piece. Okay. There's that. All right, so now that we've got this, let's take one of these off here. We're just going to use one for the time being. That'll make drawing so much easier. And that, once this thing is locked in, man, this thing is going to be super solid. I'm pretty psyched about that. Okay. All right, so there's the hole we got to drill out, right? To get a center point on this, we're going to use our circle template, and we're just going to roughly eyeball the size of the circle that we need. Because all we're doing is we're just trying to find the absolute center point, right? So we just need to mark these 4 cardinal points here. Right there. And now we can connect these with our little ruler. that. And then like that. And now we have a center point to drill on, right? Easy peasy. So let's put this back on here for stability. And then we're going to put the circle guide off to the side here right quick. We need our little general scriber. Here it is. Boom, right here. So this is just basically, you know, just a general focus. Damn it. So there you go. You can see this is just your general kind of pen type scriber, right? Easy stuff. And we're just going to punch on just a circular little indent right there. And that's basically for our drill to follow. Now, what I like to do, this kicks up some, like a ridge of plastic around it. I like to come back in here and just kind of cut that, trim that off, so you don't have to really worry about that too much. And then just come back, clear that, and you're good to go. All right, so now we need to start drilling some holes to get this thing locked into place here. So we're going to start off with a simple 1mm size drill bit here. And okay, cool. This is the chuck that we need here. Pop that in place. Take this off of here. And now we can use that little indent as a guide point for the drill bit. And that will keep it nice and just dead center into that hole. So there you go. Pretty much dead center. Looks good. Cool. All right, so we're going to start going up in diameter here. Oops. Put the drill bit back. We're going to jump a few sizes up, and we're just going to continue to expand this hole. We're just going to keep working our way up the line until we get the diameter that we're going to need. Change out the chuck on this one. And I'm jumping probably 4 or 5 sizes in my wire gauge set here every time. And let's see. That one just fits in this chuck, so we're going to have to jump up to the biggest chuck here in just a moment. Okay, and that's still looking pretty much on center, and it's not a big deal if it's slightly off center, right? Because we can fix this in the kind of final stages, right? So, oh, looks like Andrew says good night. Dean also says good night. Good night, gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Let's see, this one. Yep, this one has the biggest chuck on it here. We're going to jump up a bunch of sizes here. We're going to go up to the biggest size drill that we can fit in this chuck here. That's too big. And this one just fits. So this will be the last one we use of this drill bit set here. And then we'll switch out to the grinding bits here. Start to use those. All right, so to get bigger holes in things like this, I, of course, like you've seen, like to start off with actual drill bits. But then, once I kind of reach the maximum size drill bits for the pin vise here, I like to switch out to a grinding bit like this. And these are basically like Dremel bits, but they're a little bit more heavy duty. These are double cut, so they cut in both directions that you spin them in, which these are really, really nice to expand, you know, different sized holes and things like that. You can use these in the pin vise. You can use these in like an electric drill, and they will make short work of plastic, hands down. So you can see how much that hole has increased in size just from a few spins on the pin vise there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my electric drill. And we're going to go to town on this thing. Really move some material. Crank that sucker down. All right, let's get to work here. Now, you got to be super careful with something like this. You don't want to go, you know, you don't want to go full bore with this thing, because that's just not going to be a good day for you. So you want to start off super slow, like that, and even that is probably a little too fast. So I'm trying to find, there we go. Whoa, see, and it will catch sometimes. Just gotta let it go. Let it go. Oh, look at that. The daft Robo Everett's with us. What's going on, buddy? How's that Hobby Hyzak coming along? Alright, there we go. Now we're moving some material. Alright, the reverse of this is a little less aggressive than the forward cut, which actually I kind of like, because sometimes I'll use that in place of going, you know, your normal direction, which is clockwise. So let's see. Daft Robo Everett says, just got back to the bench. Nice. All right, so in this, obviously, you can see it kicks up a ton of flash on either side of this thing. So we're just going to go through, we're going to trim that off here real quick, and that'll give us a better indication of how big this hole is here that we need. And we'll go and we'll work on centering it as well in the outline that we did. This calls for the flat chisel. Man, the flat chisel blade is such a great tool. Man, it makes just short work of trimming this flash, I swear. Alright, so let's get our magnet pulled off of there. Let's check the size on this thing. It's obviously going to be a little small. Yeah, it's definitely small. So we need to work on expanding this hole. And as you can see, the hole that we've drilled out at this point is leaning more on this side, right? So that means we have to bring it back this way. And to do that, we're pulling out, where is it here? Your half-round jeweler's file, right? This is a super useful tool. So we're just going to go in here and we're just going to hack at this this hole, just like this. And we're just going to rotate that back and forth like this on this side that needs to be brought down a little bit more. And there you can already see it starting to remove a good amount of material on this side, right? If we wanted to, we could break out like a cylindrical grinding bit or something like that in a Dremel and just make really short work of this. But you really need to have a good amount of control on your Dremel, because a small slip will turn that into a mess, right? Ah, look at that. Kira Yet over there on Facebook, he says, I was excited when watching you using the drill. It's something that, you know, the electric drill isn't something that I use very often, but it definitely serves its purposes sometimes, right? So, all right, so let's break out the Dremel real quick, and I'll show you kind of what I mean. But first, I need to find... When you're working with a Dremel, any sort of grinding tool, you need to wear safety glasses. And I'm not joking around with that. These are very important because on plastic of any sort, it kicks up plastic dust and debris and everything, and that stuff gets very, very hot, and it's very, very small. If you get that in your eyes, you're going to be in a world of hurt. Trust me, I know firsthand. So always wear your safety glasses when working with any sort of electrical tools, especially the Dremel, because it is so aggressive, right? All right, so there we go. We got our safety glasses on. Let's... Now I have kind of a wand connected to my Dremel here. Now, this is a big old 6mm grinding bit. We're going to swap that out for its little brother here, right? Because it's going to be a lot easier to control on a hole that size. We're still taking a risk here, don't get me wrong, but we're taking a less of a risk with a thinner bit here. And now I'm going with this one. We're gonna cinch that collet down super tight. That's important. Super, super tight. All right, this may be loud. Hold your ears. I like to put it on the lowest setting. Even on the lowest setting, this thing is still like 2,500 RPM, which moves, and it moves material. All right, so we're just going to take some light passes to this thing. All right, we're going to stop there. We're going to check our work, because with the Dremel, it kicks up a lot of flash and debris around where you're grinding, right? So sometimes you've gone too far and you don't even know it, right? You think you've only gone this far, but in reality, you move that flash out of the way, you cut it out, and you've gone way farther, and then you're screwed. So what I like to do is I like to check it very often, and just clear off all the flash that I can on this before going forward. And obviously you can see it's on both sides of this hole. But you can see how we've basically recentered that hole into that outline that we made, right? So let's check the hole here. And it's getting close. It's getting real close, you guys. I think we just basically need to dial this in here and just fine tune it. So we're gonna break out the half round chisel again, or the half round file again, and we're just gonna kind of go to work on this thing, and we're gonna smooth out this hole just so this thing fits super nice and snug. Okay. All right, let's see what that has done for us. Ooh, super close. Super close. All right, so looks like we need to come down on this side a little bit more, take a little more material off there, and a little on the top edge here. So that's good. We're definitely dialing this in, right? Ev, you're funny, man. He's the Daft Robo there on YouTube. He says both sides of the hole. That's what she said. God damn it. Nice, nice. Very good, very good. Hey, so if you guys don't know, the Daft Robo is building this awesome hobby Hyzac. He's converting a normal Hyzac into a hobby version, and he's doing a pretty bang-up job, if I do say so myself. So go check him out on Instagram. He's a good dude. He's also into, you know, some pretty deep, funky cuts of music that he puts into his story, if I might add, which is really cool as well. All right, let's recheck the magnet here. Ooh, yeah, we're pretty close. Obviously, look at that. That fits this way through there, so we've got at least a bit of clearance. Okay. So now I think we need to come back on this side here, because there's still some plastic that I see that could come off before we hit that outline. Okay, let's check that now. Man, super close. Super, super close. Daft Robo says Michael Scott all day. It's my favorite show. If you guys don't know, Michael Scott is from a show here in the States called The Office. It was a remake of the British version of the same named show, but such a good show. Astria Kai, what Dremel do you use, Tim? Great question. I've had this Dremel for years, so it's pretty old, but this is the Multi-Pro Variable Speed model 395 Type R. And like I said, shit, I can't reach, it won't reach over to the bench or I'd show you. But yeah, see how this thing is crazy old. It's got to be over a decade old. So, you know, take it for what it's worth. You know, pretty much any of the modern Dremels will probably be better than this. So there you go. Put that back there. All right, let's keep continuing to fine tune this bad boy. Ha. Over here. So, you know, like you've seen here, guys, we went from using standard pin vise with very small drill bits, and then we moved into a grinding bit in a pin vise, and then we moved that same grinding bit over to the electric drill, and then to fine-tune everything we used the Dremel, and now we used a file and there we go. Fits like a glove. Yes, sir. So now, this thing's, whoop, need to reverse it. That would be bad, right? Glue it in there with the reversed polarity, and then it would repel rather than attract. That would not be fun. Good thing it's only kind of snug fit in there for right now. Actually, I'm gonna mount this the other way, so it's flush on the inside. And now, boom. That, look at that. That's perfect alignment. Perfect alignment. First time. Ah! First time. Booyah! First time. Super cool. All right, so, oh boy. Let's go back over here, shall we? Let's see. RF Aurora, if I could figure out Instagram, I'd probably be on there more. You know, truth be told, I was definitely one of those people that was kind of intimidated by Instagram initially. You know, I just basically just jumped in with 2 feet after a while, and it's been great. I love Instagram. You know, you get a ton of good people over there. People that may not necessarily be on like YouTube or Facebook or something, like the Daft Robo, Kensuke. Both of those guys I met through Instagram. Yeah. So really good stuff over there. So I highly recommend Instagram if you're not on there. Some really good modelers too. Kira Yet over there on Facebook, can't watch your stream for 2 weeks because having a serious mission next week that as important as saving the Earth. Mission code is final exam. Good. Good for you, Kira. Good for you, buddy. I wish you the absolute best of luck on your final exams. Brother, do good. Get some A's. Man, that's awesome. I love seeing that stuff. Just the little things I love, right? So, man, yeah. You know what? The stream can wait for 2 weeks, buddy. Go get you a good grade on your final exam. Do good in school. That's more important. That's awesome. And then become like the next Stephen Hawking. That would be cool. Then I can maybe get your autograph or something. That'd be sweet. Let's see. Daft Robo says, thanks, man. I love plastic and funky music. Been a bit quiet on the stories. I'm full on work mode on this Hyzac. Got 36 days and I've got to bring the heat. Yeah, that's right. Everett, the Daft Robo, he is going to, what's it, the anime thing in New York, the GBWC, wherever GBWC is this year. Yeah. So he's got 36 days, you guys. Not a lot of time. Not a lot of time. Not a lot of time at all. Very cool. Kira Yet over there on Facebook, he says, yes, I will get good results and get back here as an ace pilot. That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. Well, best of luck, brother. Best of luck. I'm pulling for you. Julius Dembski, hey, Tim, I went to Tap Plastics and picked up a scrap piece of acrylic for $1 to make some sanding blocks. Nice. Yeah, just, you know, just need a little bitty piece, and they work wonderful. Wonderful. RF Aurora, Tim, can you recommend a tool for making trapezoids? Trapezoids. It's an interesting shape. It's also an interesting word. Trapezoids. Yeah, I mean, basically to make a trapezoid, if you're going to be scratch building, you know, like a trapezoidal block, it's actually pretty easy, right? In fact, it's so easy that I'll show you how to do it. Let's dig into that, because that'll be fun, and it'll be short too, super short. So let's go with, what are we going to go with here? We're going to go with that. This little, whoop, two camera. Here we go. We're going to go with this right here, right? All right. So let's cut an angle there. Cut an angle there. And we're just, you know, I'm just freeballing a shape right here, right? So this is your trapezoid. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one at a much steeper angle to keep the orientation a little bit easier on it for me, because if I get these reversed, it'll be a bad day, right? Where's the cap for my chisel? There it is. Chisel discipline. So we got that strip right there, right? So now we're gonna need a duplicate of it. So lucky me, since I cut that at that perfect angle, all you have to do is flip this around, and you've got that mirrored angle on this side, right? My big fat hand's in the way. So you got this perfect mirrored angle on this side. So all you have to do is go back with your straight chisel blade here, and boom, just like that, right? So you've got two kind of mirrored trapezoids of one another, right? Easy peasy. So now measure this side here, and that's about what, 5 or so, it's about 5 millimeters. So what we need is like a 6.3 because evergreen goes from 4.8 to 6.3. They don't have an exact 5. Simply because they are measured in imperial sizes rather than millimeters, unfortunately. But what are you going to do? You know, beggars can't be choosers here, right? So we're going to grab our 6.3. Let's grab our 4.8 as well, just to be on the safe side. Excuse me. So we're going to clear out all this other stuff. We're going to get our good friend Loctite right here. Clear some of this crap out of the way. And we're going to pull in the chopper. We need to get to the chopper. God, that was a bad joke, right? All right. Clear all the junk off of this thing, because this is kind of basically just kind of collected junk. And let's see, we need a strip of 6.3. Let's grab the shortest strip we can. There we go. And we're just going to square up one end just to make sure. We're also going to cut, let's see, I think that right there is a good length. And now, mind you, I'm not being careful when it comes to lengths or widths or anything like that at this point. I'm just kind of freeballing it. You'll have to measure, you know, what size and dimensions and all that you'll need for your specific application, right? So we've got our different pieces here, and let's get zoomed back in like that. So we've got our two sides, and then we've got our three surfaces. We're going to leave the bottom open because nobody's going to see it, right? So we're going to start off on the back here. And what essentially we're going to do, we need to align these in the right orientation here. Okay, so what I like to do something like that, and then get that out of the way, and then something like that. So now these are all oriented in the same direction, right? So if you move that, this isn't going to be the same exact thickness or dimensions as the other ones if it's oriented incorrectly. That's important because you want a nice straight, you know, constant thickness, right? So, ultra liquid control. We're going to glue up the first side. Right like that. You just want to make sure these are nice and straight with one another. Nah, it came off. Damn it. Son of a bitch. Okay, reapply. Sound like that kid from Stranger Things. Son of a bitch. Love that show, by the way. If you guys have not seen that show Stranger Things on Netflix, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. We were waxing poetic on 80s nostalgia earlier in the stream, and that whole show is nothing but 80s nostalgia. It's so good. Now, why isn't this sticking? That's what I want to know. What the shit? You guys are seeing this, right? I'm not crazy. For some reason, this is not adhering properly. Now we're getting there. Now that's good. Okay. So now what we've got to do is we have to take our opposite piece, do the same thing to this side, apply a little bead of glue there. Okay, so now you have the start of your trapezoid, right? And like I said, I'm being a little messy at this point. You are going to definitely want to be a little bit more meticulous than what I'm being right now, because this thing is just kind of falling and flopping all over the damn place, and I'm not too happy about that. But what are you going to do? Okay, so we're going to need a bit bigger piece of 1 millimeter to go on top of this long section here, right? And that's a little bit wider than the 6.3, but that's not a big deal, because if you have styrene plate like this, you can just cut a piece like that, score it, pop it, break it, boom. And then with your nippers, just kind of trim it down to what you need, just like that. Okay. Now, obviously this is way bigger than what we need, but that's not a big deal, because what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to trim off the excess of this. Press all those parts into place. And now you can start to see that trapezoid start to come alive, right? So, and this thing isn't very straight, obviously. You're going to want to, like I said before, you're going to want to take a little bit more time than what I'm taking right now, and be a little bit more meticulous with alignment and measuring and gluing and all that. This is just, you know, a super, super quick hurry up demonstration here on building a trapezoid, right? And just to reinforce the joints and everything, you can actually pop a little bead of super glue on the inside, and that will glue it up from there as well, just to reinforce those inner angles and everything. And that'll dry, you know, nice and solid. So, as you can see, this thing isn't straight at all. You know, it's like all over the place. But this is just a demo, so I'm not really overly concerned. Get that off of there. All right, so now we've got the front and the back basically trimmed up, right? So we're going to grab our sanding block now, and we're just going to flatten out the top. And if you really needed to get aggressive sanding out the top, you can pull out a bastard file like this and just lay that down, similar to like what we were using the sanding block on, and just kind of sand off the top that way. Again, this is much more aggressive, but it does the trick. Definitely gets the material moved out of the way, and then you can kind of come back to your sanding block and just smooth that out to a nice even surface, just like that. All right, so now you have a flat top, right? Now we're going to glue the top onto here. Just like that. All right, so there is your basic shape. We're not done. That's your basic shape. We need to trim this up. So we need to trim the angle off of this. And to do that, we just take our hobby knife, and we just want to move that plastic out of the way. Okay, so there's that angle. Now we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. The less plastic you have to move out of the way, the easier it's going to be to marry up these two angles, right? So there you can see the beginnings of how these two angles are going to match up. So take your chisel blade and then just start to really refine this edge, or this surface, I should say. Same thing on the other side. Be careful that you don't slip and cut yourself, because that will end up in a bad day. Okay, and then just go back, take your sanding block, and just even up those surfaces. Get it super nice and flat. Just like that, and then turn it around, do the same thing to your other side. And then if need be, let's see, take your good old bastard file here, just really hog off some material on this thing. Just move some plastic out of the way. Get that nice and done. So now that is completely flush. This top piece just basically just melts in to the two sides, right? Now, since the front and the back and the top are all cleaned up and nice, you gotta clean up the sides now too, right? So same thing. We're just going to take our hobby knife, clear out as much material from there as we possibly can, just to get the bulk of the material moved out of the way. We're going to do that to both sides. Okay, so that looks really good. Now, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take the bastard file to the side here. Let's move and smooth that material down until it's just super nice and flush. Yeah, R for roar. Everyone went quiet so Tim could concentrate, right? Everybody, I think everybody's watching, maybe, right? Hopefully everybody's watching. Hopefully they're not bored out of their gourd, right? And same thing on the other side here. We're just smoothing this out, getting the bulk of material down on those borders, and just trying to get this surface nice and flush. Last step that we've got to do is take our sanding block and just finish sand these sides here. So now that is perfectly smooth on that side. And that is now perfectly smooth on that side. Let's get super zoom in on this section here. All right. So there is our simple trapezoid that we made in what? 5-10 minutes tops? Something like that. This side here is completely smooth. You can see that this angle on the top plate and the front plate here, super smooth there. Same thing with the back. This top plate and the back, completely melted together, real easy. And you can see, obviously, again, this thing is not square, you guys, but you can see how just nice and flush that whole thing is. So there's your simple trapezoid. There we go. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So hopefully you guys got some use out of that, right? Let's see. So Julius Dembski, Julius Dembski had that. RF Aurora asked that. So hopefully RF, hopefully that explained it for you, man. We'll see, right? Let's see. Nice. Daft Robo, yes, let's. Protractor time. No, didn't even need the protractor on that one, man. RF Aurora, dang, that's easy. Bailey says, I'll allow it. Somebody made a pun, right? Oh, ace. Typical. Nice. Nice. Very cool. So there we go. There we go. Easy trapezoid, right? We're going to throw that off to the side because we're not going to keep that. One thing I wanted to show you, because I don't think I showed you guys this last time we were together, the mounting solution for the parachute. Very elegant, I might add. Let's go back to stream. Or for it helped immensely. Now I'll see if I remember it. Yeah, dude, just come back to the stream and watch it again, or just hit me up. You know, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Oh, I made the pun. What pun did I make? I made a pun? I don't even remember. I was into scratch building. I made a pun. Holy shit, guys. What pun did I make? Seriously, I don't remember. I was laser focused in making a trapezoid for RF. Holy shit, I'm sorry. Oh, get to the chopper. That wasn't really a pun now, was it? Yeah, it could have been. It could have been. Yeah, it probably was. I was thinking more like a dad joke, but yeah. Oh well. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to. I did not mean to do that. It was funny, though. You gotta admit. Come on. Tim made a pun. Mute him. Nice. Nice. Oh, wait a minute. Where did, we need to go back to that. Oh, no. Go back to there. Go back to that. We bring all this other stuff back in here. There we go. Now we're rocking and rolling. All right, so the mounting solution for the parachute. I was going to show you guys before we ended it up tonight. And hopefully, if I get the new magnets tomorrow, this will become a reality here. So you guys saw this big old, round mold there in the middle of the hunchback. What's going to happen is I'm going to drill out the middle of there, and I'm going to put a magnet in there. And then I made this little guy. Let's see if that'll focus. I made this little guy, and he's got a nice little indent on the backside that I can fit a magnet in there. And then they're going to go shakunk, just like that, right? And as you can see, nice big old hole in there for the lines for the parachute to go, right? So I'm thinking 2 lines will go off of this for the two back parachutes, and then I will have on the shoulders here, I'm going to put magnets under here and under here. I've got some nice rectangular magnets coming tomorrow. And I'm going to build up just some very simple, small solutions to magnetize to that. And then the 2 front parachutes will come off of that. So 4 parachutes all together, 2 on the sides, and then the 2 in the back here. And man, that's going to look awesome. I think it's going to look awesome. I think so. Still within regulation, so play on. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Bailey. I appreciate that, brother. Oh, my. Julius Demsky. Sorry, meant to say scratch built. Easy peasy. I mean, once you get over the stigma and the magic of scratch building, it's not really that hard. It's really not. You know, you just have to be meticulous about it, and you have to watch your measurements, and you just have to be careful gluing. That's it. So honestly, to help that, get a pair of these. Get a pair of these. These 2 things will help you immensely in scratch building. Like, more than you can even think of. Seriously. But aside from that, it's all geometry. That's it. It's all just playing around with shapes. So you saw me build a trapezoid. You saw me cut a trapezoid out of a strip and then just glue plastic to the 3 different top sides. And then we just evened everything out. And that was simple. It was just trimming plastic and sanding it down. So you guys can do anything that I do, honestly. It just takes practice. The only difference, and I tell this to everybody, the only one difference between you guys and me is experience. The time doing it. That's it. That's it. I'm not necessarily like some crazy talented aficionado savant at modeling. You know, and there are a ton of people better than me. Tons of people. You know, you look at these different IPMS shows, and these guys will build meticulous scratch-built recreations of real-world like vehicles and tanks and trucks and stuff like that. Yeah, they do amazing things, and they're so much better. So seriously, you guys can do this. Just try it. I'll bet you get it. I'll bet you do. And if you don't get it on the first time, try it again. Try it again. Words to live by. Just keep going. Like Dory says, just keep swimming. Just keep building. Just keep scratch building. Terry T. What's going on, Terry? I didn't see you before. He says, if any high schooler say you don't need geometry, I'm going to refer them to this video. I'm so glad I paid attention to geometry in school. Dude, I was... geometry was like one of my favorite subjects in school. Hands down. Like, I rocked it in geometry. I'm not going to lie. Like, trig, calculus, all that crap. Nope. But geometry and shapes and 3 dimensions and 2 dimensions and angles and radius and diameter and all that. Dude, I rocked it. I killed that subject. One of the nicest compliments that I think I have ever received, and I know this is going to sound trivial and like, but for me, it meant a huge amount. So my teacher one year was this young guy. I don't even remember the dude's name, but you know, he wasn't necessarily that kind of teacher that, you know, you could just easily get a compliment from, or who would say nice things or anything like that. But you know, I came into class one day and he just said, "Hey Tim, come here, man." And you know, he just basically said, "Hey, you know, here's the latest test, man. You got 100%, man." He says, like, "You're really doing a good job." And he said something that will say to me, that has stayed with me for the past 20 some years. He said, you're like a machine at this. And I'm like, I had to reflect on that a little bit. And, some people would probably take offense to being called a machine. But he meant it in such a way that it was like automatic for me. And I think that was just, for me, that was like one of the best compliments I think I've ever received from another human being. Hands down. And it was something trivial and in passing, and most people would never think about it twice. But I've held on to that memory for, like I said, 20 plus years. So yeah, geometry in school, yeah, it's useful. It's useful. So anywho, it's that time, folks. It's the time we say goodbye. I hate this time. It's a sad time. But there's always next time, right? There's always next time. All right, let's take care of some business. Let's wrap this bad boy up. Okay? 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 Go win this model, right? All you got to do is donate to the Gunpla Talk fundraiser / giveaway. And one lucky donor will win that very model. 6 other donors will win those amazing resin busts from our very good friend Win. I see him watching still. And those are amazing. He included some autographed cards, which is going to be really, really cool. So 6 people are going to win that. 3 other people are going to win some amazing kits from our good friend Thurno from Thurno Hobbies and Games over there on Facebook. And then a few other people are going to win some cool stuff from our good friend Ace Schultz Berconateer on Facebook at It's a Gundam Sales on Facebook. Some BMC chisels, P-Bandai Polypod, all that good stuff is, I think, coming our way. So, man, if you have not entered, man, right now is the time to do it. It's open to everyone around the world. So if you're not in the U.S., fear not. You can still donate, you can still enter, you can still win. The chances of winning are just becoming exponential at this point. We're getting, some really cool prizes from some amazing people. So, hands down. So go donate. GoFundMe.com/GumplaTalk. That's the URL that you need to hit up. And you know what? Do something good for the world. Make yourself feel good, right? So, SCGMC, November 10th, make sure you're there. I go on at 10:30 in the morning. I'm doing an hour of scratch building, so we're going to do stuff like what we're doing now, but live in front of an actual crowd, right? So if you're there, come on by, say hi, attend the demo for an hour, have fun hanging out with some amazing people, see some cool models, and you know what? Patronize some amazing vendors while you're at it. SCGMC is a great time, you guys. Really, really good time. Can't stress it enough. I just absolutely can. It's such a good time. Also, too, if you want a copy of this book, hit up the Chata Mecha store. I only have 6 of these to give away, or 6 of these on sale right now. They're $30 a piece. These are in brand new condition. This is my own personal copy, but the copy that you're going to get are more like the pictures on the website. So if you do want those books, there's 3 of them up there right now. There's going to be more added as time goes on. I just haven't had time to add them yet. Go and pick that up. They're not going to last long, I don't think. I don't think so. And I'm not going to be posting them to social media, so I want to give you guys a head start on those because, I think you guys deserve it more than, your average geek off the street. So, we'll post those to social media down the line, but I want to give you guys a head start on those. Okay. What else? Any of the tools that we used here today can be found on the Amazon link just below on YouTube in the description, on this side and Facebook. You can get this shirt on the Chata Mecha site too. So I Build Giant Robots Retro Edition. A nice yellow. They come in a light blue. Some other things too. Go check it out. Bailey says, yep, words of encouragement from teachers goes straight to your self-efficacy. You're damn right, brother. You're damn right. And on that note, it's a good place to leave it right there. Words of wisdom from my boy Bailey. Definitely. All right, guys. We'll see you back here on Friday. Be safe. Build something cool. And I'll see you then. Bye, guys.